What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Shaggy Steve here with another Escape from Tarkov patch 12.12 money making guide. Now we're going to do it on our PMC. You can do this run on your scav, but make sure your PMC has a decent sized rig and backpack, as well as a gun that you're comfortable shooting. For this guide, I'm going to take in the MP5. It's a relatively cheap gun to make once you hit level 15 and you've got, I think, level 2 Peacekeeper from memory. Ammo's cheap, gun's cheap to build. Select our PMC. We want to do it on interchange. Day or night really doesn't matter. For this guide, we're going to do it during the day. Interchange you can do day or night, though inside looks almost the same. You can practice these routes offline if you like, if you're not confident, but just do them in raid, you'll get more skill from it. I'm going to ensure my gun, just in case I do get killed, and hopefully they don't take my gun and extract with it. Ready up, and let's get ready to jump into this raid. Now, unfortunately, I did spawn on the highway side, which is pretty bad for this loot run, but it does make extracting a lot easier. So I sped up the footage here, but I'm going to slow it down just before we get to the Ultra entrance, which is where we want to head towards. The reason why I slowed it down here is you want to check your left and your right. I'm going to check right first and then left, just to see if there's any other PMCs running this way. It's better safe than sorry, just checking your left and right before sprinting in the front door. Now we want to head up these stairs, and then again I'm going to run up the escalator. It's going to make a lot of noise, but it saves us having to fight a whole bunch of scavs if they did spawn, even killer if we get unlucky enough. Now you'll see when I get to the next set of escalators there is a scav there. I forgot that I had my gun on full auto, so I missed a whole bunch of shots. PST GCH is normally pretty good for scavs in wipes, but I just can't shoot clearly. Don't worry about looting the scav. There was a fair bit of gunfire up ahead, so I'm going to run up just behind the truck here. I'm going to check my left again, just in case there's any PMCs looking down. There was a scav to my right, but I'm just going to pack a few mags real quick. The scav didn't see me, luckily. So after I've packed this mag, I'm going to crouch up, again shoot horribly while we kill that scav. I don't know how few of those shots miss, but it is what it is. Now there was a whole bunch of gunfire happening behind me, so I was a little bit worried, so I'm going to pack my mags again. And this is where the loot run begins. So all of these shelvings have chances to spawn food and water. This is where you're going to make your money. Now you do need to be level 15 and have access to the flea market to profit the most from this, as you can chuck most of these items on the flea market. What I've found sells really well at the moment is herring, squash, tarcola. They're mostly the better selling items because people do actually trade them for the holodonk off of Jaeger, which is a food container. But nonetheless, every single item that you do loot from here is sellable on the flea market for more than what therapists will give you. So that's why it's worth bringing in a fairly decent sized rig. Because as you can see, I'm now overweight and I've only really filled up half of my backpack. I'm going to drink up this pineapple juice. I did hear footsteps behind me, so I thought I'd quickly drink up and pack another mag real quickly just in case we do get into a fight. Now, this run is, I wouldn't say this run is low risk just because you run to the middle of interchange. However, in all the times I've done this run, I generally don't come across too many PMCs. Every now and then I'll find a scav or two, but they generally VoIP that they don't want to be killed, and sometimes I even extract with them just to get a little bit extra fence rep. So, but as you can see here, getting plenty of herring. If there's a lot of items here, I probably wouldn't bother picking up the 2-slot items like the apple juice or like the berry juice, simply just because they take up a lot of space and they don't sell for that well. But any of the Tushonkas, the herrings, the Sories, the big Tushonkas, the squash, tarcola, even the sprats, a lot of these items all sell for well over 10,000 a piece on the flea market. So I find this run's fairly underutilized. Not a lot of people seem to be doing these runs. I like these on my scav. If I get a decent scav with a decent rig and decent backpack, I normally hit this place up just to make a little bit of money. But quite often I do run into other PMCs that seem to be doing the same thing. So again, make sure you're checking all the racking here. The racking on through the middle, up the back, pretty much this side of the shopping mall. This is where you're going to find all the loot. Once your backpack starts getting nice and big, you do want to get out of here relatively quickly. You do make a bit of noise here, and there's a lot of different areas where PMCs can come into this area of the interchange map. So you want to kind of move through here as swiftly as possible. I did see a juice over here on this racking, and my backpack wasn't full, so I'm quickly going to grab that. Now, there is a food crate here that you can get as you extract out. But now, as we spawn on the highway, our Emacom is our exit, which is awesome. So I'm going to hit this food cache up right here. Normally you get, you always get an Iskra like a food pack out of that, but I didn't in this one. Quickly check the racking to left and right here as well. Sometimes food can spawn. It's a little bit less likely on these rackings. But just check them. Also, just keep your eyes out for other PMCs. People do creep around here a lot, especially scavs, because scavs can spawn in between the 30 and 35 minute mark. Another reason why you want to get out of here nice and quickly is to try and get out before other scavs spawn in, because they're like mad cowboys. They'll just run at you and start shooting. I checked this up here. I actually found a med up the top here. You can hit the tables to your right, but again, I kind of want to get out of here as quickly as I possibly can. Now, you can take the... Oh, look, I found a vodka here. I forgot about that vodka. Now, you can take the exit out the door right here to your left. I was feeling pretty saucy and pretty confident with this MP5 if I did come across somebody. So, I'm going to get a little bit more loot because my backpack wasn't quite full. I'm going to hit this toolbox right here. I've been looking for another gas analyzer. They've been quite difficult to find this wipe, so I still need one more for the 2 therapist. Now you want to hit these rackings here left and right. There are items that can spawn. There's another toolbox here. Now just ignore that shooting. I thought it was a person. It's just the just the pellets. It had like a shadow of a person, I swear. If I slowed the footage down, you'll see what I mean. Now before you leave the door here, there is a little grenade box to your left. Nothing spawned in there for this run. I checked the right and left here as well, because quite often scavs can spawn in this area. PMCs have normally made their way inside. Now we're going to push for the extract. Again, keep checking your left and right. Interchange is really well known for people that are actually extract camping, especially on the Emacom side. I saw that this little secret stash wasn't hit, so I got it just to fill up my bags, and actually found some painkillers, which are really nice. A 15 of 15 painkiller. They sell really well on the flea market. But you'll find I kept these painkillers for myself. I slowed this footage down because you want to check that bush there to the right that I just scoped in on. This bush right here to your left is really common, and just to the right of me in the car, people often lay down there, as well as inside these little tents to your left. People can sometimes sit in there. This early in the wipe, at 35 minutes left in the raid, you don't come across people very often. Just like that, we're done. So here's all the food loot that I got. I kept quite a bit because I found a few hoses and whatnot. Like I said, I kept the painkillers for myself. I just organized this real quickly to show you how much food I actually did find in this quick 10-minute run. All in all, 15-20 minutes to actually sell everything on the flea market. And as you can see, over 250k rubles. Easy money. Thanks for watching this video. Come watch me on Twitch. Peace out.